Welcome to a world where raw power meets precision. From custom chainsaws to brilliant wood splitters, this is where engineering becomes art. Let's dive into the machines that turn timber into triumph. Just 3 minutes. That's all it takes for a giant to fall. A lifetime of growth meets the earth, and with it comes a moment of quiet respect for the tree, for the lumberjack, for the craft behind the cut. This video is not just about timber, it's about reverence and skill. This clip says it all. One helmet, one moment, one life spared. Felling trees isn't just muscle and machinery, it's awareness. When safety gear does its job, tragedy becomes a lesson. Always suit up, always stay sharp. Felling a tree isn't about brute force, it's strategy, timing, and precision. Every move must be deliberate. No rushing, no guessing, just a careful process from start to finish. Here comes the fall. Dropping a tree this size is no casual task. It demands careful calculation at every stage. From the first climb to the final cut, each step is a test of experience. One mistake, and the risks become real. This is where mastery matters most. Sometimes all it takes is one bad turn. This overloaded log truck couldn't handle the slick curve and tipped right over. The weight, the slope, and the road conditions made a perfect storm. Just another reminder that balance matters, on the road and on the job. Let's take a second to appreciate that operator. Calm under pressure, precise with every move, and paired with a skidder in full beast mode. When you put the right person behind the controls, no terrain stands a chance. Just a pulley, a car, and a perfectly executed yank, that stump didn't stand a chance. Sometimes the best solution is the simplest one. That's physics in action. When the saw drops, the pros don't stick around. They move fast, get clear, and stay safe. It's not panic, it's protocol. Because in the woods, there's no room for hesitation, just smart instincts and split-second decisions. Watching real expertise in action is something special. This lumberjack doesn't just cut trees, he carves with precision, even while standing on a steep incline. Every swing, every motion is exact. The terrain may be unforgiving, but his focus never wavers. You can feel the years of experience in every move he makes. Time may pass, but some skills only sharpen. He's living proof that mastery doesn't fade with age. Every move says one thing loud and clear: experience always wins. And honestly, I'm all for it. This next one will leave you impressed and maybe a little nervous. It's the kind of machine that demands respect the moment it starts moving. Something tells me the crane operator might owe this guy a serious apology. That landing was a little too personal. Watching a leaning giant fall is unforgettable. I once saw a tree that leaned for decades, like it was waiting for the right crew. Then they arrived, calm and confident. With smiles on their faces, they took it down like it was routine. That moment burned itself into my memory forever. Now that is a massive Douglas fir, 7 feet across and standing proud for who knows how long. Decay may have taken its toll up top, but there's still potential in the base. Heavy rot and thick fungal growth show nature's been working on it, but it still managed to leave with one final dramatic drop. Ever dreamed of turning logs into firewood with the flick of a switch? The Bell 8000 makes that dream a reality. With 125 horsepower and a razor-sharp circular saw, this electric machine slices through logs with effortless speed. Perfectly sized firewood in moments. No sweat, no stress, just power and precision. In forestry, speed is only part of the equation. The Raptor RT800 stands out not for how fast it moves, but for how smart it works. Instead of ripping and stripping, it mulches stumps back into the earth. That's regeneration, not just removal. A healthy forest starts with the right mindset. The CAT 323 isn't just a machine, it's a force of nature. With a 172 horsepower engine and a digging arm built for battle, it tears through roots and stubborn ground with no hesitation. It works like a veteran, delivers like a pro, and is built to keep job sites moving day after day. For small-scale forestry, the Jobo WP50 woodpecker is a game changer. It handles dumping, firewood processing, and more without breaking a sweat. And with its low oil use, it brings older tractors back to life. It's smart, sustainable, and surprisingly powerful. A true all-in-one solution. I've seen plenty of machines in my time, but the TWF 180 stands alone. This mulcher is built like a tank and works like a dream. It eats through stumps without hesitation and saves hours of labor in the process. Yes, it costs $36,000, 0 cents, but it earns its keep fast. Once you see it in action, you'll understand why it's worth every cent. Felling a cedar on a slope this steep isn't logging, it's choreography. Every notch, every rope, every anchor point has to be perfectly timed. One wrong move, and it's chaos. These aren't just workers, they're artists of precision and guardians of gravity. Want to peek behind the curtain at how lumber is made? The R635B frame saw is your backstage pass. Picture a giant rack of blades, each one cutting with rhythm and force. It might be old school, but watching it slice through timber is nothing short of magic. I'll admit it, I'm a John Deere fan through and through. There's something about that power, that precision, that roar of the engine when everything's running just right. From the smooth sweep of the harvester to the steady grip of the head, it all just clicks. Any other Deere lovers out there? Ever tried wrestling a massive log with a handsaw? Not fun. The CTR 75GX mobile saw changes everything. It cuts through 75-centimeter logs with pinpoint accuracy. It's got the muscle of a lumberjack and the finesse of a laser. It'll happen at $177,000, 0 cents. It's not cheap, but your spine will thank you. What's the toughest part of land clearing? Those enormous, stubborn stumps? But this excavator takes them down with confidence. Its screw shaft system turns obstacles into opportunity, grinding roots into usable firewood. Less waste, more value, and way less time spent on cleanup. Meet the Eastern-made 48C. This is not your average splitter. With a blade built for dominance, it slices logs like they're nothing. Okay, maybe not steel, but close enough. Logs go in, firewood flies out. Just like that, if your neighborhood doesn't have one yet, you've got the perfect excuse to be first. Say hello to the Bandit 2000. 550T Ga, a wood chipper's dream come true. That 49 horsepower Kohler engine has a voice of its own, and those teeth? Absolute savages. They eat through wood without hesitation. Sure, the price tag sits around $334,950, 0 cents, but what you're buying is unmatched performance and pure power. This isn't just a machine, it's a statement. This is no walk in the park. It's risky, nerve-wracking, and demands total control. But somebody has to get it done. That wraps up our dive into the world of homemade machines. If you enjoyed the power, the precision, and the engineering behind it all, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned right here on Veteran Tech. More incredible builds are on the way. See you in the next one.